taking you through a tutorial on how to attach fairy lights to your bike driven by electromagnetic induction. We're going to be using these parts or components over here. We've got fairy lights, which are just run-of-the-mill fairy lights. They're currently running off solar powered battery. We're using magnets, which we extract out of old hard drives. We'll take you through that process. We've got some zip ties to attach it all to the bike, and that's it. Pretty straightforward. So we'll start with step one on how to take the magnets out of the hard drive. Okay, that's the hard drive we're going to be opening up. We're using the Stark screwdriver. It's a T9, which you can buy from your local hardware. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up the drive. Sometimes there's some hidden screws underneath the stickers. You just need to make sure you find all of them. If you can look closer, you'll see there's one hidden underneath there. If you don't open all of them, you're really going to have a struggle. So just make sure you find all the hidden ones, and then take them all over. All out. Cool? Okay, I'll just do one. Pretty easy to take out. Here we go. If you have the right equipment, this is really easy to do. Let's see if this will pop off. Okay. There we go. See, they hide them pretty well. So if it struggles to come off, there's another screw. Shouldn't be too difficult to take off. This is super fun. I'd never opened up a hard drive before this project. There we go. Wow, look at that. So what we have here is those are the discs, those are the heads that read, and those are the magnets we're interested in. They sit inside there. Okay, next step. Let's take out the magnets. The inside screws use the same T9 head. Go. And I think there's one more here. We might need to loosen the heads as well. We'll see now. Okay. So it's the heads that are stuck. Just want to get another screwdriver. Okay, so I didn't actually need a screwdriver for that. We're just forcing this to the edge and we're going to try to pop it out. There we go. Look at that, it's really tight. Mind your fingers when this comes off. That's the magnet over there. And there's another one at the bottom. Careful with your tools, they really snap down tight on them. Let's see. There's that little blocker. There we go. So that the heads are out the way. Now, there we go. Do we have two magnets? Pretty straightforward.
Okay, so now we're up to step two. And I'm going to show you how to get this coil out of this relay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop off the casing. So they're just kind of, it's just kind of clipped in. So I just wedged it out, and then you can see I've got the same coil in here. And you can either just get rid of all the plastic, or you can leave some of the plastic in. I might leave some of the plastic in for this one. So there's a few kind of loose bits, we can just pull them off. Just need a bit of force, there we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these are our two contacts for the coil. So I'm just going to basically get rid of this bit of plastic here and this bit of plastic here, just using a pretty heavy duty tool like this. So we can just kind of eat through the plastic like that. Just careful of flying bits and watch your fingers when you're doing this. So oops. All right, I'm actually going to use a hacksaw to get through that bit there. So let's come over to the workbench. And I just want to saw right in there. Okay, so I basically used the hacksaw to cut across here and also across there. What we're going to do is we want to cut off these little tabs that are sticking out as well, so they don't catch on the magnets. You really want this to be as flush as possible, so you can get the magnets nice and close. The closer the magnets are to the coil, the more power you'll be able to get out of it. So there you go. That's how you get the coil out of the relay.
Okay, the next step is to attach the magnets to the spokes of the wheel. And in this instance, the spokes are a bit far apart. So we're using perspex that we're going to be cutting up to attach the magnet to. And then we're going to attach that into the wheel. Okay, so the next step for us is to cut up the perspex. Okay, this is the perspex that we cut. This is what we're going to use to attach the magnet to the spokes. So what we want is it to sit more or less in the middle of the spoke. We've done some tests and that's the most optimum position. So how we want to attach it is probably to go around we're going to use zip ties to attach it to the spokes. We're going to probably put one around there and one around that spoke. So I'm trying to get the distances right for holes we're going to drill into the perspex. So I'm going to hold this in place and then just put some dots on. So we want around there and around there. That should make it pretty stable. And we're going to do this for the 3 plates that we've cut. Cool.
Okay, so what we've done is we've taken our plate, we've lined up the holes either side of the spokes that we want to connect them to. And it's important just to pick points where it's not going to slide around too much. So here it's like crossing over, so it's kind of, you know, it's stiff enough. Once it sort of sits, it's not going to budge. And here we've also drilled some holes to go around the magnet. It's important to secure the magnet through one of the magnet holes, and then the others can just go around the outside, just to prevent it from popping out. So it's going to be a lot of force when it gets up to the coil. It's going to be pulling towards the coil, and we want to just keep it on the wheel there. So so now we're going to mount the other 3 magnets on the wheel. Yeah, that's how we go. So we've affixed all of our perspex pieces and our magnets. So you can see that there's 3 of them. Just make sure that they're the same distance apart. There's usually 9 kind of groups of spokes. So you can just go count 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if they're symmetrical, it means that the weight will be pretty much evenly distributed, so wheel won't get out of balance. So yeah, so we've just drilled some holes for the spokes and for the magnets. When you're choosing the drill size, just make sure it's just slightly bigger than the actual cable ties you're using. You know, these ones are 3.6 mil, so we've made 4 mil holes for those. And then what we're going to do is we're going to now fix this coil onto the frame. And we want basically the magnet to sweep over. See how there's like a closed metal bit here, and there's like an open bit here. So we want to have this open bit here face the magnets. So what we're going to do is we're going to, well, it's very strong. if you can find a flat bit on your actual frame, we'll put some rubber behind it so it stays in place. And these are just gonna, like swing past the coil like that, and that's gonna create our voltage. So yeah. Okay, so I've just fixed the coil onto the bike frame using some cable ties and just a little bit of plastic kind of rubbery material on the back there to stop it from moving up and down. So just got to get nice and tight. One on the bottom, one on the top, and yeah, we can see the magnets just coming past the center axis of that coil. So yep, let's now try out the circuit and see how much power we can get out of this. Okay, so when choosing your fairy lights, make sure that you get ones that have 2 wires coming out, not 3 wires. The reason is that the magnets in the coil, they're going to create basically like an alternating current. And what happens with these lights is that half of them are on at one time, and then the other half, depending on which way the current is flowing. And basically it just makes it really easy to hook up to the coil on the bike. So the 3 wired ones won't work. So what you can do is basically just cut the wire like that. I'm just going to separate it out like so. I'm just going to strip them away, and then we can just hook them up to our magnets over here, well, our coil, and see if it works. So I just got to get a bit more length. Let's pull that out. All right. So I'm just going to use these alligator clips to clip the wire onto the terminals of the coil. We're going to fix these more permanently afterwards. Let's just test it out. So alright, let's just get the wheels turning. Whoa! There we have it. Easy as that. Pretty cool.
Okay, this is pretty exciting. We've attached the fairy lights to the bike. I don't know if you can see. We've run it all over the frame. We just used zip ties to attach it. Quick and easy, and they're very cheap, so they're great. So what we've done here as well is we just finished up the connection with these connectors. Very, very easy to do. Yeah, so coil, 2 wires connected, bam, fairy lights running on. So we're going to give you a demo now of what it looks like. In fact, I'll do that. Keep it in your pants. Hello, Christmas! Oh, I love it.
Cool. This is another bike that we've fitted out with magnets and fairy lights as well. This one was a lot easier to do because the spokes are configured a bit differently, and the magnets we used were quite wide, so we were able to connect them directly onto the spokes without the perspex. So it was a lot quicker, a lot simpler to do. But you know, still the same system otherwise. We've still got a coil. I've just wrapped it in tape just to protect it, in electrical tape here. Yeah, it works just the same way. I can just spin the wheel, and there you have it. Sexy.
Okay, we're testing the bikes out on the road. That's Gino in front of me, flashing away. And this is my bike. Insane.